Welcome back to consecutive day 1159 of a diary of a Runpreneur. And today's topic is our travelling home day from our family vacation in Germany. So remember to give this a subscribe, share, like and comment, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon. All the information about the challenge, how you can get involved, is in the link in the comments below. Thank you as always, and let's get started. So, consecutive day 1159 for Diary of a Runpreneur, and it's travelling home day today for us, from our family vacation here in Germany on the northern coast, just kind of northeast of Kiel, which is about an hour north of Hamburg. And I'm just running along this coastline one final time, and something that I have been extremely fascinated with is the Baltic Sea, and how it kind of goes into the Kattegat Sea, into the kind of Scandinavian territories, where the salt water concentrate reduces, as it's almost like a wash. It kind of the salt can't wash around the kind of U-bend of Scandinavia, if that makes sense, and it creates these kind of crazy different kind of biological kind of tropics where there's different species can thrive and survive. And something I've also noticed very much so about the Baltic Sea here is, regardless of the weather, it's been thunderstorming and torrential rain, the sea always remains calm. There's hardly any waves ever, and that's, you switch a few miles around the coast to the North Sea and you'll see a very, very different type of sea with considerable waves. And also the tide doesn't come in and out in the Baltic Sea here as it does that we're more familiar with North Sea at home. But if you look, it's just absolutely stunning. It's just so peaceful and tranquil, and something I'll miss greatly, because running next to the sea or the coastline is one of my favourite runs to do. But something about the tranquility of a still sea, what that gives you when you're running, is just kind of quite hard to explain. Whereas when you're running past a kind of a choppy or wavy sea, it's a different type of feeling. You get kind of the sea breeze and it feels real clean air. This is just an immense feeling of tranquility, which I will miss greatly. So just have one last look around. It is super cool. I will definitely miss this run. I've done a few runs whilst I've been here, but then I found this kind of loop that I've just missed my turn. I found this loop that I've been doing more consistently over the last 4 days. I've done this time 4 times because I just love this view. So I'll just take it in one last time before I depart on my merry way back to, we're going to stop off at a few places on the way home before we head back to Hamburg Airport and back to the UK. But yeah, in summary, I summarised the holiday quite well yesterday, so I'm not going to go over it in too much detail today, because it's been an epic holiday. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, but then I'm fortunate enough that, generally speaking, I enjoy all of my holidays, even the ones that perhaps aren't as good as others. I mean, a lot of people could say that this one has been impacted by the weather. The weather has been pretty grim, but then so was Ireland last week. Ireland was worse than this, and we still thoroughly enjoyed it. Mixing with the people, you find new different things to kind of do and explore, and I think that often makes for a holiday when you've got kind of different experiences to kind of partake in due to the circumstances you're presented with. Point. So I'm running past a campsite here. Just there's quite a few friendly people just saying hi, or moin, which is kind of hi, how are you, in kind of northern German slang, if you like. It's not really said moin kind of when you get further south of Hamburg, really, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, so I will miss this holiday. I think it's been brilliant. We've built some really strong family bonds with different people, which is always very cool, and seeing some extended family. And but just to give you an update on what we're doing today, is we're travelling a longer route back to the airport. We're kind of making a day of it, and we're going to stop off at a place called Lübeck. Now Lübeck goes back to medieval times, where the city is actually surrounded by a moat, so it's kind of that medieval kind of castle type feeling. So that should be pretty cool to go and visit before we go back. Yesterday we had a day out with my cousin who was married. Again, really, really nice to spend some more quality time with him as we went to some World War Memorial Museum, which was really, really interesting, in a place called Lebow, because all of Kiel and Lebow was absolutely flattened during the World War. Can't remember exactly which one, maybe both, but it's really good to kind of see the memorial and understand the kind of magnitude of what it must have been like living in those times. We also managed to get into a German U-boat and to see the conditions that these guys would have lived in. About being sitting ducks under the seas was quite breathtaking to kind of witness. So it's cool to get a bit of German culture and history, and obviously also get my kids to appreciate it from the other side, because in the history lessons I'll be learning very much from the British side, and this was a chance to experience more from the German side. And I think what a lot of people fail to realise with under the kind of Nazi and Hitler regime was that a lot of these people were just normal people. They had no choice. They didn't support what Hitler stood for. They were just doing their duty for their country, and they had no choice in terms of kind of national service. So when you kind of look at it that way, it's a whole different perspective on kind of Nazis as a whole. I'm not going to get too political here because I'm not educated enough on this topic to do so, but it was something that was very kind of poignant to me, was understanding that, you know what, don't kind of brush everyone with the same paint, if that makes sense, because although there were kind of staunch kind of Hitler and Nazi supporters in the army, there was also a huge number of people who were just innocent bystanders who were just following orders as they had no choice. So anyway, let's leave it there before we get too controversial here. But that was cool just for the children to see, and to see a different side to things, which I think was really, really useful. So I'll end it by saying thank you, Germany. Next time, if we can have some better weather, it'd be much appreciated. But I will definitely be back to see my cousin. I think he's looking to move from Kiel to closer to Hamburg at the end of the year. So next time we come, we'll probably be more southern. Still northern Germany, but Hamburg as opposed to up on the northern coast. And we'll have a new adventure in and around Hamburg. So the learnings from my diary today is that, first and foremost, when travelling back, it can often be a stressful and unenjoyable experience. But try and make some plans for travelling back day, so you can kind of incorporate it into a bit of an adventure to see a few more sites, and then travelling back day doesn't become that dreaded day in the diary, and actually a day that you look forward to. So anyway, hope that's useful. Any questions or comments, drop me a line. I'll respond to everyone. Remember to give this a subscribe, share, like and comment. As more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon. All the information about the challenge, how you can get involved, is in the link in the comments below. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.